Farscape Engineers Inspector Summary video. We're here in White Plains. This is Farscape number 4 of 7. This Farscape has the same life safety issues as the other ones, mainly being that the fact that this is a truss that goes from wall to wall. With the railing is acting like a truss. That railing is tied into a 4-inch piece of flat, and that 4-inch piece of flat and the railing act as a truss is the end points of these supports going back into the wall, and they're only 8 to 12 inches deep into the wall, so they need the truss. All the bolts that are the tips on all floors going down are gone. The tips here are gone. The tie-ins, so everything. And then we got rust jacking and ice jacking happen at every single one of these angles up against the wall that is ripping and pushing the Farscape in or out or both. There's a lot of bowing going on. So unsupported structures. When you go down, there's no railing on the right side. There's a short rail on the left, so there's a possibility of you falling 7 stories to your death. There's no railing down below. This is what every floor has to have, at least one of these railings protective, and we'll talk about that as we go down. A lot of severe rust jacking everywhere, every single one. So a lot of these supports are gone, and let's go in pieces of popping out. Steel, but the corners are shot. We got a lot of severe corner deterioration. Again, all the bolts going out to the tips are relying on this railing to be a truss tied to the flat, tied to the support. No, not the case. Missing rails. See if this one has some severe. No, it's this one down below. Look at all the spacing and all the rust that's down below. And from below you're going to look down. It's even worse. So let's go down. 100% of all the treads need to be rebolted. Full scrape and paint. Renovator's license, lead paint issues. This is what's happening on this area. Blowing out all your bricks, water being fed through the sills and through this corner, and causing structural, it's all the way down. This is like a 30-foot crack going down. Look at all that water. This rust jacking is what pulls it out of the building. Look at all that. That's all rust inside there. On that other side, on the floor below, it's the worst. No rail protective. Here, cracking, rust jacking, all that's full of rust. See the bulging? It's all severe. See the cracks that they've been fixing years after year? It's all a result because they never fixed the steel. If you never fix the steel, every cement repair you do is temporary because it'll only blow it out the year after. Again, no protective rails, unsupported structures, original hardware. There's no evidence of any maintenance anywhere on this Farscape ever in its entire life. Look at the severe rust. This is that whole pocket full of rust, blowing out that whole corner. Look, all this is temporary repairs. Now you need to get a mason in here. Look, it's all blown out. Look, severe rust, bulges, 1 inch plus. Okay, this is probably the worst floor down below this. Look at all that. Bulging, rusting, expansion, missing rails, unsafe structure. Again, a lot of this information I'm speaking a little faster now because we've spoken at length in Farscapes prior. Look at all that rust. So there's always going to be damage to these walls here, always, because of this, what's called rust jacking. Once you seal these Farscape connections, and you seal these joints so that water and dirt and debris doesn't get in there anymore, you will not have any more structural problems. It looks like they spend thousands and thousands of dollars on this wall, as you can see here, repointing it, cracks. Look how bad that situation is. Just look how bad that is. Look at all the bulging. The steel is eaten. I've never seen such severe rust. This is 50 years of unchecked growth. For somebody to do all this work and not realize that the fire escape is the main cause of all this cracking and on this wall is beyond me, because if you don't get the source of where the water's coming in, it's all coming in from the fire escape and through the sills. A lot of these sills are broken. You know, a small crack like that in a sill is what starts feeding fire escapes and water. And if you got a piece of steel in the wall and it's rusting and it's jacking, it'll destroy this entire building on this side. And it looks like it has, because it looks like there's tons of money being spent on the wall, and there's a fresh new crack on a wall that's been repaired by somebody. and all of it coming from that corner, from rust jacking. See, look at all the rust jacking. All that is going to crack this all over again, and the guy that did this job should have told you that the fire escape needed repair. Otherwise, he's going to be back again to fix the same wall that he took thousands of dollars to fix, but he didn't remove the original cause of the problem, and that is fire escape rust jacking happening as we speak. Unsupported structure. This ladder is a guillotine ladder, drops down to the ground. It needs to be 100% refurbished, just like the ladder system that goes to the roof. Needs a release arm put on it so that it's easier than lifting and dropping. Obviously, the tarring of the feet. Look how much snow just eats the feet. So again, an unsupported structure. That railing acts as a truss. That rail is tied to the 4-inch flat. That truss ties back to the nose of every one of these supports that is tied back into the building, 8 to 12 inches only. So without that nose truss and without that nose connection, you know, we have problems. So between all the rust jacking, the bulges, and the heads missing on a lot of these bolts, this is an unsafe structure. Needs emergency repairs until such time that permanent repairs take effect. Any questions, Fire Escape Engineers, Inspector Meneses? 800-649-3333. No one should be on this fire escape.